Apple's first foldable iPhone has been talked about for years, but a new report has revealed something surprising. It might be cheaper to make than most people thought. According to well-known analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple's upcoming foldable iPhone will have a hinge that costs less than expected, about $20 to $40 less per unit. This is a big deal because the hinge is one of the most complex and expensive parts of a foldable phone. The hinge is what allows a foldable phone to open and close smoothly. It also has to be strong enough to handle thousands of folds over time without breaking. Normally, developing and producing such a hinge is costly, which is one reason foldable phones are so expensive. But it looks like Apple has found a way to lower those costs. Ku's report says that when the hinge goes into mass production, it could cost around $70 to $80 per unit. That's a big drop compared to the current market estimate of $100 to $120 or even more. This cost reduction could give Apple a huge advantage as it enters the foldable market for the first time. Brands like Samsung and Huawei have spent years perfecting their hinge designs. Apple, however, may have come up with a simpler but still durable design that's cheaper to produce. So, who's actually making the hinge for Apple's foldable iPhone? Reports say two companies are leading the way: Foxconn and Shenzhou. Foxconn, which has been Apple's main manufacturing partner for years, will handle most of the work along with Shenzhou. Together, they have secured about 65% of Apple's total hinge orders. The rest of the orders will go to Amphenol, another well-known tech manufacturer. There's also talk that Luxshare might join the production chain after 2027, but that depends on how well Apple's first foldable iPhone performs in the market. As for the design of the phone itself, there's still a lot of mystery. Some early reports suggest Apple might use a mix of titanium and aluminum for the frame. This combination would make the device both strong and lightweight, important qualities because foldable phones tend to be heavier than normal smartphones. Interestingly, this new report goes against one of Ku's earlier claims, which said Apple could use stainless steel. Titanium, however, makes more sense since Apple has already used it in some recent iPhone models. Like the iPhone 15 Pro, it's lighter, tougher, and has a more premium look. When can we expect to see this foldable iPhone? Most experts believe it will launch in late 2026. That means Apple is probably already testing prototypes and getting ready for production behind the scenes. But even though the hinge will cost less, don't expect the phone to be cheap. Apple's pricing has never been based only on production costs. The company always adds value for design, innovation, and the premium brand image. Reports suggest the foldable iPhone could start around $2,000, with some saying it might go up to $2,500. That sounds expensive, but it's similar to other high-end foldable phones like Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 6. Another big question is what type of foldable design Apple will choose. Will it be a book-style phone that opens like a tablet, or a clamshell phone that folds vertically like the Z Flip? Both designs are popular. The book style gives you a bigger screen for multitasking, while the clamshell is more compact and pocket-friendly. Some leaks say Apple might start with the larger book-style foldable and then release a smaller clamshell version later on. Whenever the case, this launch will be one of Apple's most important in years. Apple entering the foldable phone market isn't just about selling another iPhone. It shows that foldable technology has matured and is becoming more practical for everyday users. With Apple's focus on design, durability, and performance, the foldable iPhone could set a new standard for what people expect from this type of device. Even a small detail like lowering hinge costs shows Apple's careful planning and efficiency. It might seem minor, but for Apple, it could make a huge difference in pricing and long-term strategy, whether it's called the iPhone Fold or something entirely new. One thing's certain, when Apple finally releases its foldable iPhone, it's going to shake up the smartphone market and push foldable technology further into the mainstream. The competition is about to get very interesting.